Each packet is either a right facing or a left facing. They face each other. We're going to look at the blue box here, which is right facing. When you open your kit, these are the pieces that you'll find. You'll find the arm, the sleeve, and the hand, the shoe, the leg, the body, the hat, and the brim. What we're going to do is we're going to sew the hat brim to the hat. We're going to sew the shoe to the leg and to the end of the dress here. And we're going to sew the hand to the end of the sleeve. Now we have basically 3 structural pieces put together, and we have ironed the seams opened on the back so they lay flat. The next thing we're going to do is work with this large piece right down here. You're going to turn under 1/4 inch down the back piece here and 1/4 inch down the front and press it in place. So you have this 1/4 inch down and that one. It looks like that. Put it up a little bit. Edge of the foot will be sewn in the seam line, and the bottom of the girl will be sewn in the seam line. Okay, and we need to turn the seams on our arm. If you look in your kit, you'll find a piece of pellon that looks like this, and it has the arm, and it has the hat on it. What we're going to do is cut these 2 apart. I've taken that piece of interfacing and I've lined it up with the hand that I've sewn, and I've pinned it in place. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the inside line is my sew line, and I'm going to sew around this hand. There is no sew line up at the top, just around the sides and the back. Using small stitches because it makes it easier to do your turns if you use small stitches. I've sewn around the outside. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim close to that. Not on this cut line, but about 1/8 of an inch, or all the way around. Okay, now you see that I've trimmed all the way around. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to turn it. That's why I want you to use small stitches so that it stays pretty tight. We're just going to flip that arm out. And a little hand. You may have to use a pin to kind of pull your edges all the way up. Small stitches just keep it tight to the edge. Okay, we're going to press, now we've got it turned, we're going to press our arm and hand here. This is what the front looks like, and this is what the back looks like. There's your interfacing. Okay, this will go right on top of the dress. When you put this arm down, make sure that she covers, you want to lift up, make sure that she's covering kind of equally that armhole, so that when you sew her down, you're getting all the raw edges turned in. You can baste around it with a blind stitch, or you can edge machine. You can machine stitch around this and it'll hold it down. You machine stitch down your edge. Okay, the last thing we do on this block is we do her hat. And you take that other piece of interfacing with the hat pattern on it and do the exact same thing we did before. And that's line up the outline of the hat on the outline of the hat you have sewn and pin it in place. And then we're going to sew once more around the inside line with small stitches, less than 2. You can see that, see my tiny stitches that I've sewn on this inside line all the way around. Once again, I'm going to trim all the way around the hat, close to it, about 1/8 of an inch close to my stitch line. You can see that I've trimmed it down to about 1/8 of an inch. Now there is no opening. I've sewn all the way around this, so the way to get inside to turn it is we have to pull the 2 apart. You have to pull the interfacing apart from the hat. We're going to take this front piece right here and we're going to make a slit. Not too big of a slit, but a slit. Take our scissors and we're going to cut an opening right there. There's my opening. Now I'm going to turn the hat inside out through that opening. Top comes through easily. It's these side points you're going to have to work to get the point out. You may have to take a pin and work your corners out. Once you've pulled all of your corners out, then you want to press it. You do not want the interfacing to show, so make sure that you either iron your edges up like this, or from the front side that you push them back when you press them so you don't see the interfacing. The hat, edge of the hat comes up the run of the dress. Once again, all your edges are turned, so you could just go around that with a machine stitch, or you can blind stitch it down. And there she is, our right facing. When you add the left facing, you can add the heart. Let me show you what it looks when it's done. See, there's the block, and her leg is sewn in. Leg is sewn in the bottom of the block, and the foot is sewn in, touching the next one. They faced each other, and then in the middle of the two of them, inside the packet, is your best friend's heart, or you can just have a plain red heart, not write best friends on it. And it is appliqued. On the back of this, there is paper that you peel off, and you can see that there is heat and bond, the heat and bond glue on the back, and you iron it right on the crease of the two down the center and iron it in place. And what I did with this one, once you have it ironed, because the edges are raw, you need to do a very small zigzag. So there she is. This is a wall hanging that you can make for just a best friend, or here's a picture of a full quilt that you can use. And notice that it has, you can go with 2 colors, or you could have each one of the dolls a different color.